Alright guys, we're back to wrap up the Rock Band Parts Ultimate Drum Kit. Now as you've already seen that I've showed you all of the upgrades, I'm going to go over that a little bit more in a little bit more detail. Then we're going to get to the price. Then I'm going to do something that I've really never done before in a review, but I'm going to answer some questions and comments that's already been posted to the video that Ryan released about this kit a couple days ago. I feel that it's important to address these questions so that you guys understand exactly what it was that we built or tried to build and where we're going. So for starters, we started off showing you the stands. As you can see again, that the stand that will come with the Ultimate Kit is better, and it's also taller, and it's a little wider. Okay, on top of all of that, it does have two supports. One that runs again from the left leg up to the frame, the other that runs again from the right leg all the way up to the center of the frame. This is going to help you cut down on any type of crosstalk that you may have and the vibrations that's going through your stand. Also, it's instrumental that if your screws, your Allen screws happen to come loose, that your Ion drum rocker or the Ultimate Kit here, like the Under Rocker, will not collapse. My Ion drum rocker has collapsed on me before because the screws that was in it totally came loose and they fell apart in the middle of me doing H2O practice one day. Alright, on top of that, they do not use regular drum key screws that you would find, or as we call them, lug screws that you would actually find in a snare drum, per se, or any other drum that's acoustic drums. They actually use Allen screws. These are going to be a lot better. They're not going to come loose as often, and they are backed with a nut in the back of them that screws into that helps you keep that tight. On top of that, it gives you the extra arm that you saw in the picture that or in the other video that I showed you when the kit was all put together. So you get a place just to put your snare, and you have a place just to put your DD502 NK2 brain, so they're not on the same rack or the same arm. And then you can also place your Ion drum rocker brain on that arm as well. So this gives you a little bit more room, a little bit more flexibility, and you don't have to have everything so cramped like it is on the original Ion drum rocker brain. Also, it's good to note again that that center bar that's in the middle of that is also longer. Therefore, you have a little bit more room to do what you want to do with your pads, even with the little round couplet bracket that is on that center bar that holds the extra support beam that comes from the right leg to the center of the frame. Alright, so that is the frame. It's sturdy. I've played on it. I love it to death. It is, like I said, the taller, it actually helps out because for those of you that are still not using a real drum throne and using a chair, you're really doing severe damage to your back. With the drum throne, you can adjust that. Well, even with my drum throne at the lowest point for me being so tall, it was still creating back pain for me because the Ion drum rocker rack was so low. Also, if you guys don't know who don't have Ions yet, but if you have Ions, you might know this, is that you can control the height by moving the center bar up and down. So if you want it to be a little lower, a little higher, that's what that center bar also do. By pushing down, it widens out the legs and it makes it a lower point. Alright, so that is the upgraded stand. The other part again is we're going to give you 4 upgraded pads. We're going to give you the 4 upgraded Mylar pads. Now what this does versus the Ion drum rocker pads is they're more sensitive and you can hear them a lot better. If you are playing on a regular rubber Ion pad right now and you go and you do a song in Rock Band and you get to the freeform fills, you will not be able to hear the drum sounds come out as crisp as you would with these Mylar pads. The second thing that the Mylar pads are going to do for you is if you're having problems hitting 16th note rolls or triplets or some hard rolls you've never hit before, these Mylar pads, being that they are patterned after a real drum pad, is going to do that for you. You're going to hit those. I have hit rolls that I have never hit before by using these Mylar pads. We're going to give you 4 of those. Then we're going to, but let me mention too also, if you don't like the head that comes on the Mylar pads, you can change that Mylar pad out with any other pad that you want to change it out with. Any 8-inch head. So you want a Remo pad, you want an Evans pad, you don't like the black, you want a green pad. If you want mesh head pads, as long as it is 8 inches, you can get that on these drums. not a problem. So you are not stuck with the heads that come on the Mylar drums. Now I know everybody said they're loud, so to couple that, this kit's also coming with the extra large now XL pads. These are going to cut down tremendously on the sound of your drums. I did do a Running Wild FC video about a week or so ago where I was using these, and I did leave my sound up a little bit because I wanted you guys all to hear how the XL pads does quiet down the Mylar drum heads. That video will be in the link. You can go check it out at my HBK, actually my H2O Cena play channel, and you can see what I'm talking about. So, on top of that, we're going to give you the kick rocker. The kick rocker is a very good drum. Has been tested against the Roland and the Yamaha, so the Roland KD8s, the Yamaha KP65s, and it works just as good. One of my drummers on Team Cena uses it right now. V-Dog is actually using the kick rocker and some of these awesome FCs that he's pulling out. So we're going to give you that pad. Also, we're going to throw in the XL pad with it because of the loudness. The couple with that, it also comes with a pedal for you to use with that, a real pedal. And then as you saw, you get the hi-hat pedal. That is what the pedal that comes with the Ion Drum Rocker is meant for in the first place. We give you the 3 upgraded cymbals. I cannot preach to you how much the upgraded cymbals really work because of the fact that they're not flimsy plastic cymbals. They're actually real electronic drum cymbals. So if you have an Ion Drum Rocker, maybe you had to tighten down that cymbal quite a bit for it to respond or to do what it wants to do. With these, you want to leave them somewhat loose because, again, they are real electronic drum cymbals, and electronic drum cymbals are supposed to pattern themselves or copy themselves a little bit after acoustic cymbals. With acoustic cymbals, you don't need to put them really tight. You can tighten them up if you want to take some of the tinginess out of the cymbal, or if you wanted to have a different sound. But otherwise, when you see a drummer hit a cymbal, it moves back and forth to a degree, and some of them move like this because they have it really loose. Well, with these, you have to leave them loose, and they will give you no crosstalk issues. I've played on these for quite a while. So, Ryan and I were very happy to bring you this kit because we've been working on this kit for about 7 months. When we had put it together the first time, all of the components that we wanted to use was not saving you any money. It would have cost you more money if we released that kit than what this one does. And in just a minute, I'm going to go over that because that's been the biggest topic of conversation, how much it costs, and I'm going to actually tell you how much money that we're actually saving you with this kit. Once again, this kit is the world between is transitioning the world between real drums and drums inside of a video game. The Ion, the way that it is, you cannot just go and flip flawlessly right over to play real drums. You still have to add some things. And the drum brain that they're offering you or want you to buy is an Alesis DM4 brain, which is going to run you $300 off of the Ion Drum Rocker website. Okay, so you're already $600 in right there if you want to just get a brain without any of the other upgrades if you go that route. So let's break it down, and then I'm going to answer some questions. So you want to hang on for that because some of these might get answered right now. How much is this drum kit going to cost you, and how much would you pay for this drum kit if I had to sell you this exact kit piece by piece? So just so that I didn't miss anything, I wrote some of this stuff down and I did all of the homework for you. Before I go on, one thing I forgot to mention about the DD502 MK2 brain is, let me give you a couple of specs on it real quick. It does have 215 percussion samples. It has 20 preset drum kits, and it has 10 user kits, and that means that you can create your own kit, 10 of them, and save them to the brain, and you can use that kit instead of any of the preset brains or preset kits. And it has 50 preset songs. So this is for if you want to just jam out to a song, you don't have your iPod plugged in, whatever. You have 50 of those that's plugged into this brain that you can use. It has MIDI out, so if you need to MIDI this out to your computer, you can do so. And let me kind of give it a little bit more clarification. MIDI out to your computer means if you have programs like for the Macintosh like GarageBand, or for the PC like Cakewalk Pro, that's what MIDI out, so that you can actually flawlessly put this into your computer and make drum sounds out of that and record yourself. And output, it does have a right and left mono. So that was going to be good if you need to send this out to an amplifier, or if you simply just need to send it out to an output in your stereo so that you can have the drums that comes out around you. Now that was something I did want to do for you guys, but if those of you who know, I just had a new baby and I have to shoot inside right now, so we don't want to wake little Jacob up, but I can give you a few places in the link you can go and hear these sounds because they're good. Actually, I've done these sounds before. If you want to go check out my E3 videos that I did with some guy 913, I am using the DD502 Brain with an ion kit there. I know that the bass sounds a little muddled because we were in a huge area at E3, but it gives you a pretty good example of what you're going to hear. Alright, so now back to what I was saying with pricing and how much money this is going to save you.